Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you have been an OG and you've been subscribed for a minute, thank you for coming back. Today's video is going to be all about 5 signs that you are dealing with a narcissist person. Now, this ain't about just men, it's about women too. One of the things that I realized is that there is no gender when it comes to this kind of things. Like, women can be a narcissist and men can be as well. So I want to give you 5 signs because I have dealt with narcissistic people, and maybe at some point I was a narcissist too, but I had to work through all those things. And so I'm gonna give you guys 5 signs. Now, the reason why I am doing these videos is because I really want to help you guys. I really want to help people out there, my viewers, my audience, that maybe are in situations like this, who need to get out. Let's just get right into the video. Now, if you see me on my phone, y'all, I have my notes. These notes really help me, okay? They really help me to stay on track. So don't mind me if I keep looking at my phone. The first sign that you are dealing with a narcissistic person is that they lack empathy, okay? Anyone that, I don't know if you've ever been around someone where you are maybe like telling them that you're feeling some type of way about something. They probably hurt your feelings and you bring it to their attention, and they don't even say, like, they don't show no signs of empathy. They don't even say I'm sorry. It's like they almost don't care about your feelings. Maybe they do care, but they don't know how to show it, or maybe they just don't care at all, right? That's a narcissistic sign. You really don't want to be in partnership with someone who doesn't even know how to recognize your feelings or even acknowledge your feelings and let you know that your feelings are valid, even if they don't agree with your feelings, right? But sometimes as humans, we tend to say the wrong things. Sometimes it's not on purpose, but when you are dealing with a person who doesn't even like show that empathy, it's a red flag. So I would make sure that you pay attention to that, especially when it's patterns. And by the way, this is about patterns that I'm talking about. This is not about just person did it 1 time or 2 times. No, if they keep doing this over and over and over again, then that is a red flag, okay? Number 2, they need excessive admiration. They always want to feel like you're giving them this admiration. I remember one time I was dealing with a guy where he had disappeared, on me for a few hours. Not even a few hours. It was a long time. I think maybe 4 to 6 hours. And I was checking in, asking like, hey, what are you up to? Is everything okay? And the thing about this person, that was a pattern that this person had, right? He will always disappear for hours, wouldn't check in, wouldn't communicate in the best way. So what happened was, when I checked in, and at this point, I'm a little irritated because you keep doing this, right? But I still asked in a good way. I said, hey, what are you up to? So because I did that, of course, this person got defensive on the phone, and then it turned into a little disagreement and eventually a big argument, right? Now, this person told me, I'm over here doing this. You should have been giving me this type of admiration. Instead of you doing this, you should be telling me this. And I'm like, in that moment, I realized, okay, maybe this person needs this at this moment, but he doesn't even know how to like ask for it, right? Instead, you're getting defensive because you're trying to prove, I don't know, like you don't even know how to express your feelings. Now, I'm able to differentiate those things and I'm able to recognize those things, but at the same time, it is not my responsibility to give you admiration when you keep messing up, okay? Like you don't even deserve admiration at this point because you keep messing up. So that was one of the flags, that the red flags as well, that for me, it was like, yeah, this is not it, y'all. And by the way, I'm giving you guys these things, but I've done my research. I'm not just giving you guys the signs just because no, this is real. Like, you can look these things up and you'll find it. You know what I mean? I'm really just doing my due diligence to put it in video form because I feel like sometimes it's easier for people to watch a video and learn about something instead of them having to constantly. Basically, I'm doing the research for you, sis or brother, and I'm giving you the information, okay? The third one is they have difficulty with receiving criticism, okay? Or handling criticism. They don't know how to receive that. If you coming from a place of love and you really just want to let them know, like, hey, I think you should do this, or hey, like, this is what I've been noticing, this is how it's making me feel, whatever it is, they are going to get defensive. If they get defensive every single time that you try to give them some criticism, just pay attention. But the thing about it is, on the flip side though, they are great at they want to criticize you all the time. And what happens is, instead of them taking it in, they're going to deflect it onto you and make it seem like you are the problem. So like if I come to a narcissistic man or woman and I say, hey, like, you have been making me feel some type of way for the last 5 days. You have been doing this. They're going to try to tell you, make it sound like you're the problem. And the reason why they acting like that is because of you. Instead of them just acknowledging that they're the ones doing that. It's a game, y'all. Like, they really just want to play mental games. And the reason why you have to be careful is because these things can potentially take you to a bad place mentally. And that's where the mental abuse come from. That's where the verbal abuse come from, because people think that they have to constantly yell at you to abuse you, or hit you to abuse you. And no, sometimes it's verbal and sometimes it's mental. And the reason why I want all of us to be more, to see things more clear and be able to catch the signs, is because you don't want to end up in a situation where you're, being mentally abused, and then you start thinking or feeling like you're less than, and you're not enough of a person because of narcissistic abuse. It's a real thing, and we gotta do better. The fourth one is they lack accountability. This one is big for me. I need a person, I need a partner, I need a friends in my life who are able to be accountable. There's people out there who will mess up and they will be wrong and strong. And you want to stay away from those people. You don't want to be around people who are wrong and strong. You want to be around people who are wrong and are able to be accountable and say, like, hey, I am so sorry. I understand that was my fault. I didn't do it on purpose, blah, blah, blah. And the thing about it is, as humans, sometimes we will do things, not on purpose. Like, we will sometimes like mess up and make someone else feel a way, and not on purpose. But when you have someone and you're dealing with someone who is a narcissistic person, they literally will not care, and they'll just not care at all. And it's insane, because it's almost like they don't have any feelings. I don't know. They just want to keep, like, their ego is so big, and their pride, it takes over their entire life, that they want to make everything on you. And what happens is, when someone doesn't take accountability and they constantly are doing the same thing over and over again, and you have to constantly repeat yourself, you are going to get frustrated with that person. It might lead into something else, like, that's why it's important to leave. Because I know for me, when I was in a situation with a narcissistic person, I had to be like, I had to pray sometimes. Sometimes I would leave and go crazy, but then, like, that's when I knew I should not be in this relationship. Because if I'm constantly having to fight, argue, no one is listening to me, they're not taking accountability, like, I should not be here. Yeah. Okay. And the last one, y'all, is they are manipulative. Okay, they will manipulate you. If you're being manipulated right now, baby, let me tell you something. This person is a narcissistic person. Now, manipulation comes in different ways. Again, it's all a mental game. They will literally make it seem like you're crazy. They will do certain things to draw you in, but it's if it's with a negative intent. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if this is making sense, okay? Have you ever been with someone who you are literally, like, let's say y'all broke up, then y'all get back together, and then in the beginning he's doing all the right things, okay? Because he knows that you love flowers. He loves you. He knows that you love going on dates. He knows that you love certain things, and he gives you all these things. But a few months or a few weeks later, he's back to doing the same thing he was doing before. So that is manipulation. They're trying to do certain things to get you in, and oh yeah, he loves me, he's doing this, he's doing the right things. Y'all, I promise y'all, I was in a situation before, and it is insane. Especially when a person is doing this over and over and over again, like, it is a pattern. That's manipulation. And I cannot believe sometimes that I was manipulated, that I was actually in a situation with a person who was manipulating me. And I'm like, I am way too smart. I know that I'm a smart person. So I'm like, why did I even allow that, right? But when you love somebody, when you care for somebody, these things can happen. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I don't want you to end up in a situation like that, okay? And if you are currently dealing with a narcissistic person, I would say either get therapy and try to get out, because it's not healthy for your mental to be with someone like that. The thing is that what I've learned is that so many people stay in those situations because, you know, they probably believe that there's nothing better out there, and you stay because of comfort and because you feel like, no, I will never find something better than this. And the truth is that is the enemy speaking to you, because God wants you to be in a healthy relationship. God does not want all of us, any of us believers, to be in those situations. So I really just want to encourage you guys to pay attention to the signs. Whenever you are dating or getting to know people, like, take your time, pray, and ask the Lord to give you clarity. Because I feel like when we are doing relationships our way and we don't implement or allow God to be the center of it, we are going to make all the bad decisions. And so that's why I'm being intentional. That's why I have been trying my best to, be more intentional as far as allowing God in the middle of everything in my life, my businesses, my projects, my relationships, everything, because it makes a big difference. And when you are someone who is focused and you're trying to go to a goal, and you're trying to achieve a goal, and if your goal is to get married by next year, who knows, then you need to go to God. Now, I don't want to preach, right? I don't want to preach, but I do want to encourage y'all watching to get out of those relationships. And again, this is not about just a man or women. The thing is, a lot of people who don't go to therapy and who don't take time to heal, they have these signs and they have these traits, and it's not healthy. I know maybe at some point, maybe I was a narcissistic person. Maybe I did have some of these signs, some of these traits, right? That I thank God I'm constantly working on myself, and I'm constantly trying not to operate like that, because I know that is not of God. And I also know that that's not healthy. So I hope that this video was helpful. I really hope that it helped you guys in some way. I pray that if you are watching this video, and if this video was helpful for you, please leave me a comment below. I hope it was helpful. And so, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.